Hello, problem solvers. So this is a Diophantine equation. We want to find all integer solutions to the equation square root x plus square root I equals square root 2000. It looks quite friendly, okay, and it is. Please try. So well, there are square roots, so let's try to get rid of them. So I'll begin by squaring both sides. So if I square both sides, I will get this, and there's still one more square root left. And as you can imagine, we are looking for integer solution. That means we need to rely on divisibility. And well, at this point we can say that xy is a square, but other than that, that's not much we can say. So let's try to get rid of the square root again. So let's say, let me just leave this here, and I will move the x and y here, and I'll square again. And this is what you get. And now let's try to simplify this. So I'll move this here to form a square, and let's move this to the left hand side. Just okay. At this point, we can start to use the integer requirement. So as you can see here, we have 4000 divides the left hand side, so it must divide the right hand side. So this tells us that 4000 must divide x minus y square, and 4000 is 2 to the 5, 5 to the 3. Okay, so if for 4000 to divide this, we can deduce that 2 to the power 3 and 5 to square must divide x minus y. So if 2 to the 5 and 5 to the 3 divides x minus y square, we must have 2 to the 3 divides x minus y, and 5 square divides x minus y. So let's say, well, as you can see, x, y, they are symmetric, so it doesn't really matter which one is bigger. So let's assume, okay, x is bigger. Okay, then let's x to be this. This is 200. So let's say x is 200k plus y, so that 200 divides x minus y. And also, you see, we want this is square root, so x and y must be non-negative. And of course, they cannot be bigger than 2000. So this tells us that k must be some number from 0 to 10. Okay. So far so good. So the next step would be to substitute this this relation into here. So let's substitute here into here, and we will get 4000 is 200k plus 2y, which is 2000 square plus 200 square k square. And let's simplify. If I can divide everything by 200 square, and that leaves me 100 here, k square here, So left hand side, I'll be left with 20k plus y over 5. And luckily we can complete the square again. But if you just move everything to the right hand side, I get y is 5 times k minus 10 squared. Okay, so it remains to check for k equals 0 to 10. Okay, does this pair satisfy this equation? So actually it does. You can just verify. So let me continue here. So far we have x equals, so y would be 5 times k minus 10 squared, and x is 200 plus y. So this. So let's verify. Let's substitute inside where k is 0 to 10. It turns out that k can be any number from 0 to 10, and it still works. So let's verify. So then square root x plus square root y will be square root of this thing. Let's factor out the 5. So I have 40k plus k minus 10 squared plus square root 5 of this. Okay, this if you expand this, you get k squared minus 20k plus 100, but then plus 40k, that means plus 20k, and it turns out it gives you this k plus 10 squared. That is very nice. So we can just take square root. Okay, what if I take square root here? What do I get? Well, I know k must be 0 to 10, some number. That means I can just write this as 10 minus k. Okay, because of course we want to take the positive. Okay, and this will give me square root 5 k plus 10, and plus this, and you can see that we actually get 20 square root 5, which is square root 2000. Okay, so for k equals 0 to 10, it all works. Okay, luckily this is not a competition, so I can use Excel to quickly calculate all the numbers. So if you plug in k equals 0 to 10, you get this solution. But remember, we assume x is bigger than y, but in fact x can be smaller than y. So I just swap the values here to get the other solutions. So altogether we have 21 solutions for this. If you look at the solution, you can see that all of them are divisible by 5, and actually none of them are squares. That is because basically, as we verify here, they are a square times 5. Okay, each value of x or y is a square times 5. So for example, 405 is 81 times 5, 605 is 121 times 5, right? So just as we decompose it here, let's do a reflection as well. So we get rid of the square root. That is quite straightforward. Okay, and It is this step where we employ the divisibility criterion, and that's how we are able to narrow down to the possible values, right? X can be 0 to 2000, but once we use divisibility, we basically narrow down to 11 possibilities for K. So there's much less numbers to verify, and turns out all of them satisfy, and we get 21 solutions. So nothing very insightful. Okay, I would say maybe there is little insight there. Okay, let's wrap up with a difficulty score. I would say this is 2 out of 9, and the character is Sakura. Pretty. Thank you for watching.